the green bits to dry, have a go at this horrible lump. I've got some nice little assortment of needle files and whatnot. There we are. And this chunky one here looks a bit rougher there. Let's give that a go. Oh, we don't damage anything too much. So I go across the surface here, aren't I, really? Keeping it as flat as possible and don't create any dust over the paint. Yeah, it's not a bad little file, this one. Oh, just about right for this application. That just shakes the dust out of it. That vacuum not blowing anything around here. Still rough down this corner, for whatever reason. Let's get that bit going. Oh, tough old stuff this. I don't know why this resin is so tough. You think it's quite newish file, or new as in lack of use. That sort of thing you really want to be doing, is it? You want the model to be good to start with. Looks like it feels smooth. Well, still lumpy, I don't know. I still feel an edge. I think it'll take this long just to rub that little bit down, would you? Yeah, still feel it. Grief. I don't understand why that's so tricky. Let's try this one. Mind you, that's very fine. This is bent and gets in those edges like that without risk of damaging something here. Ah, I did it. Oops, stay still. Hoover. Now, there's obviously some rough bits underneath there as well. Let's give them a quick clearing up like this. If you ever see a file like this, get it. A bit rough down that corner just there as well. Oh, I don't have my proper close-up glasses on. Oh, I couldn't see it properly. Oh yeah, now I can see it, the lumpy bits. Do that again. Do blow it, take it away from the table and blow it sideways. better, isn't it? And Alright, now the other side. This side, there's worse down there. Bits over here as well. Might get the chisel blade on a bit of that actually. Wherever it is. Where's it doing? A little bit sticking up right in this corner, just there. Just before the steps. Let's go sideways and gets it up. Yeah, the whole bit's just flaked off anyway, look. That's a bad bit of glue that was. What's that? Is that glue as well? No, that's alright. This bit's just flaking off here. Just run it along like that. I have to get through a little bit. Like that, actually. A bit on there. It's laying on the surface. And neaten it up with a file, which will blend it in a bit better. Yeah. Done it. Go in that direction there. It's basically it's quality control, isn't it? It's not very good. Right, give it a go with the vacuum first. Give it a quick go with the file to blend the paint in at different. Yeah, that paint comes off too easily. It's bad. Must be dirty or something. They put that on it. Oh, what's that little file for doing around here? That's what's going on down there. We'll just groove that down a bit. That way, let me do it this way. There's a bit in the corner here that's very lumpy. To blend it in, you don't really know what you're doing because it's not real detail, is it? Just trying to make it look, well, what do they call it? Silk purse out of cells here. I'm trying to do. Hopefully the paint of the sky. So, hopefully it's a little bit better. We'll do a little bit more down here actually. I'm doing this, I'll scratch the roof up, don't we? We can have that. Plastic this there, let's see if I'm doing it. It's like a chisel. Clicking that excess material out. Yeah. Right, put a little chamfer on there so the paint sticks to the edge a bit better. Don't want too sharp corners. Right. Is that the same go for that side? That's a bit sharp as well. There's this one this time. There you go. Vacuum cleaner again. Some bits over there. There we go. Hopefully that'll look a bit better once I've reapplied some paint. I haven't damaged it in any way, have I? No, I don't think so. What I could do quickly, I've just done that, is to put some of the old terps over it to wash it down. I've been handling it a bit now, and I get the dust out of the corners as well. It's been trapped in there. It's obviously been touched. Yeah. Works quite well. Washing the dust off of here, using this onto there. See that? Look at that. See that? Gets the crap out of it. Something out there. What about this one? Oh no, it's damp. I can just do that. That cleans it out. Which side have I done? That works rather well actually. Yeah, there we go. Use the other files, did I? So that's the paint wash brush. Paint brush wash. What am I talking about? Right. So that, put it to one side. I'll let that dry. And that should have flashed off now. How's that look? Very good. Indeed. I'll try this side then. Hopefully do a better job of this side than the other side. Where's that paint again? There it is. Quick stir. That. Right, where's that brush? That one, isn't it? Number 0. Right, so have another go at this. Turn it around then. See if I make a better job this time. If you get my close-up glasses on. Oh, get in there. A bit like in filling the number plates. You know, on Great Western Route and name plates and stuff. Something like that. Just not quite. This is pressed rather than metal etch. You haven't got the sharper edge. The sharper edge actually works better in this instance. It's got a rounded edge. So it's harder to get it distinct. Right, there's the paint in there, I think. Enough. use that little flat brush just to check it's. Oh, a bit there. Get off of there. Get down the end here, right there. Good. It's still good enough. It's still good enough where I don't want it. I mean, go on, get in that corner. Just enough paint. Not too much, not too little. Ideally, you want it to flow along it. Doesn't look too bad actually. Oh, what was that? So it's fallen off in the wind. No, there isn't any wind. That's a cat jumping over the hedge fence. We don't own a cat. How does that look? Indeed. It's not perfect, but then again the stamping is far from perfect to get a nice and precise edge to create a perfectly straight line. They look alright. Anyway, put that there and compare it with the one that's not been done. You can see whether you regard that as an improvement or not. A little bit better in green, I think, than black. Put that to one side then. Get paint off my thumb. Well, all the bronze is done. I've redone the sides where those gluey marks were. See, that's been improved a little bit because they were very bad. Not sure whether that'll stay bronze or turn the greeny colour I intend. But we carry on with the metallics because you add the plain colours to over metallics, not metallics over plain colours, because it's very hard to remove excess metallic. The little particles in the paint just spread everywhere and it just cannot seem to get rid of them. And in certain lights they glisten like glitter. So it's better to put all the metallics on and put plain paint over the top of that. Either green or black or white, red, whatever I intend to use. Right, well we've done all the bronze, which does look like old gold actually, but there you go. I would have thought it'd be more browny than that. Well, if you look at the colour of the tin, it is more browny, see? So why it's gone, it's that old gold colour, I don't know, that's what I call bronze, that colour. Well, you get what you get, don't you? Right, there's actually the Humbrol gold, and you look, it looks much more like that. Very strange. It's quite possible they filled it up with the wrong mix when they did it, who knows? I put the wrong lid on it. Anyway, I'm going to do some copper piping now. For the copper pipes, just to be different, because I rather like this stuff. Well, I like the finish of it when it's done. I don't like using it. It's another British make. I think it's Alclad 2, and they're not enamels and they're not acrylics. They're lacquers, and I think they're cellulose based. So if you be careful, because cellulose going onto enamel sometimes reacts, as I found on my motorbike once back in the year 70s. I'm trying to touch it up, it goes wrinkly and funny. Anyway, so this stuff is in a very narrow bottle. It's not designed for brushing, I think it's designed for spraying, but see the colour all goes to the bottom very quickly. I've only been using this a few minutes ago on the diesely type one, just for test it out before filming. You see, so the solids in there are pretty heavy. So how are you supposed to use that in a spray gun? I don't know, because you put it in the little bowl thing you get, and within about literally seconds it's all sunk to the bottom. So you have to give it a shake with the lid on, obviously. You must remember this. It's very easy to knock over these. You know when it's mixed because you can see the liquid on the bottom. It displaces. You can see it all round. See the bubbles? That's what you got to look for all round, to make sure you've got all of it in suspension, even if it's only for seconds. It's best to do it upside down as well, so some of the solids sit on the lid. The lid's where I actually collect the paint from for brushing. And I've already wetted the brush. The two brushes I'll probably use in cellulose to make sure they're supple. Well, it takes a long time to shake these. At 5 minutes, it's hard work. I also did do a special brush version. I think they made somewhere north of Milton Keynes. I'm not sure. Right, and then on the you get little bits of solid on the top. Which is the brush I'm going to use. This one. Just pick it up. Line your brush around there like that. You'll still get some in the tops there. You can see it. Glistening's on the top, but you know when it needs to be shaken again because the film of pure copper on the top disappears. Right, so we're just going to do some of these pipes, I suppose. Just get on with it just like you do any other paint, but this is quite fast drying, this stuff. Run it down the sides. So you can get it in the camera properly. It doesn't go far before you have to keep loading the brush up. It dries quite quickly, as cellulose does. Might leave that funny bit there as brass, as a fitting. I'll touch the top of the paint again. It's not easy to see in this light. Be careful not to knock that bottle over. It'd be a disaster if I do. Metallics don't wash out very well. I don't have to go right underneath with this. It's flat under this. You only see it in certain lights. Can you tell the difference or not? But that's it. That's long enough. Now I have to go and shake it again. It literally only lasts that long. We have to shake it again. Leave it upside down a few seconds so it settles on the lid. Actually, the brass one over there is better than this one. I think the solids go on the lid better. Copper's not so good. It runs off. You get a little bit just there, especially on that point. Just pick it up on this plastic cone stopper thing. Obvious you're doing anything. But the finish is good. It's nearly dried on the brush already. Wet it with more of that. Let's see if that'll take it. It's going on. But whether the camera can pick it up or not, I don't know. So you rotate it around in the light and you see it. Yeah. This great big thing here is not easy to use. This body holding device, it gets too close to the lens. A bit more, I think. Let's go around there again. Done on that one. I think there's copper on it. It's very subtle. I'll wiggle it around in the light and you might be able to see a difference between that and that one above it, which is still the goldy bronze colour. Alright, shake it again and do the next pipe. I only do one side for filming, and then go off camera to do the other side. I'm sure everybody knows how to do paint. It's more to show what sort of paint I'm using and why I'm doing it in the order I'm doing it. I'm sure most people doing this, or even would attempt to do it, know how to paint. But they might not know the reasons for doing metallics first and plain colours afterwards. Bifocal glasses don't help. Let's run it along there. And we've got funny bits here and you think, what else is going on here? It's not a proper pipe joint, is it? It just blends into the bodywork, which is not really correct, I'm sure. And that pipe there should really be the same diameter as the one underneath it with a proper joint, but it's not, it's bigger. You don't have, it's flat underneath, see it? It's there. It's not very well done. But then again, it's only really meant to be a toy, isn't it? Can I just do that bit? Somehow I've got to blend it into that bit there. Not sure how to do that bit. It's just get your hand to stop wavering about. It does this when I'm filming. Nerves, I suppose. Things like that I think will just leave us problems. I can't do everything on this thing. It isn't only meant to be for a children's layout. Okay, I think that's that pipe done. So we'll do that one at the top now, going from the back of the cab along here. If you watch, it fizzes. Over there, try. So this pipe's just open-ended. It doesn't join to anything. Some of the forums were moaning about that there should be some sort of function with this, but there's not. Just random bits plonked on it, apart from the chimney and what have you. Can see it, can't get the light right. Luckily it's good enough that you only need one coat. There's enough. It will show up a lot more when the background colour is added. There's an experiment I did earlier, the other day actually, just to test out what the green would look like only on that cab top, just as a test. It does have a good effect, I think. With a touch of silver added to it. Instead of watering it down with white, you water it down with silver. Doesn't take much, I can tell you. Right, now that pipe goes out the other side, doesn't it? Oh, it's that bit I want. Pick it up. So I think a lot of people going up, but I'm not buying that old clad stuff. Pretty much meant to be the pipe there as well. The trouble with this thing is it exaggerates any hand wobble, and I've got a pretty steady hand. It's making my hand look quite wobbly. Generally it isn't. Right, did we do this side? Down here? No, I think I did. Let's just dip it in now. Like that. There you go, that's that side. I did, copper caps, that's it. Want this Great Western style, we'll do that. And then that'll be painted black internally later, and then you wipe off, leaving the black on the inside and the copper it's nice and dry on the outside. Same with the cab, as I'll show you in a minute. Let's do that. done in one go, quick. Not the whole stack, just the top bit. You can do the internal bits. Because this doesn't have a top. The smoke comes out the side like a diesel grill. Very strange. I suppose it looks alright. And do the top. The best way to put it down is like that on the buffers. And you know you're not touching existing paint you just put on. Right, and you do the top bit. It's dried rather quickly. There you go for that bit then. Oop, there we are. Yeah. There you can probably see it against the light. And get this hand out of the way. Focus on it. There. There you can see it. Right, put that down. I'll wash the brush and then start somewhere else. That's the other bit, the cab. And that's tricky, that is. That needs a very small brush. So I'll pause a minute. Right, we'll go with some brass bits on the cab. Back. What do you call it? Firebox header or something, I don't know, something like that. I do know these names, I can never remember when I don't have a brief on what I do, I just talk. Sometimes it's rubbish and sometimes it's good. So, looking in the back of the cab, we have things that are probably brass, which tend to be the lumpy bits. I'm sure that and that are, what do you call them, the water glasses, which will probably be blue, but let's put the brass in the right place. Polished brass this is. Probably just more gold at the end of the day, isn't it? We'll just do that locally, just so you can see a highlight. There must be more lumpy bits in there somewhere. Not really. I suppose these things over here, whatever they are, I don't know. There's something down the bottom there. I don't knock this blooming glass over. I don't know what that lumpy bit is down there. I'll put a bit on that. Something down there. This is the firebox stuff, isn't it? That's not going to be brass. I don't know what that is. It looks like it could be a lumpy bit just there. Trying to differentiate the lumpy bits from the copper bits. There are some round dial gauges up there, pressure gauge of some description. Oh, that might be a brass. No, is that a shelf? I'm not sure what that bit is. Oh, we do it brass, what the hell. I don't know. It's not the best moulding in the world. Right. Well, that's the regulator handle, I think, isn't it? The normally painted red thing there. So that's not brass. What I can do, I suppose, is paint the dials brass and then put a white daub on them later on. Let's just shake this up again. It is possible on a quality loco, more modern ones, with a nice new CNC machine tooling with very well defined dials, and even have numbers and increment markings on them. But this thing isn't, a resin mould. I think I've got any at all, I suppose. So somehow I've got to do these. indication of something there. Not sure if that looks any good or not. See, I've painted the background, hit the back plate. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. If you deal with that later. I've got all the lumpy bits, I think I have. Yeah. Right. Now do the copper. Here we are, back with the copper again, but with this other brush. This will be tricky. This might not be successful in the long run, we don't know. If it isn't, we'll just paint the whole back end black, or gunmetal or something. Now, I've got to somehow, I've got to get and paint these copper pipes. If in doubt, more. There's copper pipes all over the place. Right? There's little taps there as well. It's pretty hard to do them. I assume you can see what I'm doing. Another shake again. Hold it upside down so it goes to the lid. Oh, that worked quite well. Yeah, loads there. Right, where are we? Get down here again. Going right down there, they are, the pipes. There's one right at the back there, to that big brass blobby thing there, whatever it is. I don't want it on there, do I? I don't know if I can get that. It's going away with the back head, but it doesn't matter. In there. Right down again. That's it. You can see anything in there? Can I see things that should be there? So there are things there that probably should be brass, but you can't see them in the light. You think they're blobs of that silver paint they put over the black. And you find it's actually a lump, so it's supposed to be. I'll just do a copper. What the hell? I can't do everything, can't see it. You can see some of the copper in there. Hopefully it'll come good when I later on. Maybe. Okay, I think as far as the copper goes on this thing, anything else would be copper. I noticed they did do the whistles brass, which separately applied bit by the glue marks. Right, well, I'll leave it there for the time being. One thing I forgot was the windows I created by drilling those holes need to be painted gold, brass bezels. So put this gold one again to use with the longer brush. This one again. Get some gold paint, brass paint. It's best probably do it from this side, I think. Somehow make sure it's on there. Not sure what it takes, can you? Just rubbing it around, you can't really see. Right down like that. I can see it in there. Oh, it won't show up much against the bronze, won't it? Get it on the brush. Whilst in reality it was only just the brass bezels, wasn't it? The window frames in effect, not the hole through the metal. That would have been glass, I suppose. There's that one. I'll do the other one. Yeah, this side. What side did I just do? I just did this side, didn't I? So it must be this side. What you can't do is actually a ring of gold around there, because the next coat of paint will just hide it. Make sure I've got some more in there. Another shake. And this light, the brass paint and the colour of the creamy coloured resin, the warm plastic, doesn't look a lot different. So going through the motions really, and the assumption that the paint's going on. Yeah, I assume there's some there. As long as we can see it at these angles, because that face a bit, I think would be green. Not that I like looking at that, how that original cab shape there, or whatever that is, and this funny bit here joins. A bit weird. And just something just roughly glued on top of there. Not very good. You can see it looks bloody awful at the back. Very strange. Well, anyway, don't worry about it. Might as well touch those whistles up, haven't they? Or whatever they are. I don't know, they're not whistles. Some steam relief valve thing is. Right there. Cover over the glue marks they've done. Very similar to their paint anyway. Right. Do that bit. On the this Fearless Steam one, strangely not the diesel thingy thing, you've got some very obvious leaf springs, which would be better picked out. Well, I try not to do steel, but gunmetal. Even Victorians had gunmetal. Well, they had steel as well, but so it's a metallic dark grey, really, just to make the details stand out. So this is Humbrol Metallic 53, which apparently is called gunmetal. Not to be confused with that strange metal coat stuff they do. Indeed, I don't know. Let's have a look then. And this is obviously enamel, so I'll wash the brushes out in make sure any residues of cellulose are removed by giving it a good sluice around in the white spirit. Otherwise I might get a reaction. Right. Oh. Careful not to touch those copper bits I've only just done. Stand out, I think. Spring hangers like that. all it needs. A bit difficult to get down the edges. Right. Don't want too much paint, just enough to give a bit of colour. Sure about that bit, yeah, I can do that bit as well. Like that. That's alright. Swing it over. Do this side as well. On the sides, edges, shall I say, the ends of the spring leaves. Alright. Just about see a difference. Now the camera probably focus on my thumb rather than the working of the brushes. Not a lot you can do about that. Yeah, this is enough differentiation of colour. Anything else that needs to be that colour, I don't know. Probably should be, but well, a lot of this is going to be turned green, so I don't want it to keep as much bronze as possible. Does that show up or is that disappearing? It seems to run off for some reason. Get on there. Oops, got a bit on the copper there, don't want that. Right, leave it like that then. Can't put it on its side, it might rest on the copper pipe, this big long copper pipe. Okay.